FM live. Yep, sasa tuko up and running. Kindly team online, niambie whether picha iko shwari and kama pia I'm audible. Yesterday we were looking at Ephesians chapter 6, building from what we started on Friday, last Friday, from Psalm 45, that you are well able, you can break the cycle, right? And we looked at, yesterday we were looking at, after you have taken up the full armor of God, after having done all, you'll be able to stand. We read from scripture from Ephesians chapter 6 that there is an evil day, right? And we established that an evil day will surely come. However, your preparedness for the evil day is what will determine whether you're left standing or whether that evil day will actually pull you down. All right? Asante sana Jacob right there. Today, on building on the same, I'd love for us to look at matters showing forth his glory. I've titled our small devotion today, Show Forth His Glory. Asante sana Maureen and Chidima Cherry. All right? Showing forth his glory. Allow me to read one scripture here that I mentioned yesterday. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 10. His intent, God's intent, was that now, through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms, in the spiritual spaces. And yesterday we established that anytime we engage warfare in prayer, anytime we engage warfare, it's not really against any human being. That human being is not your enemy. And I remember I asked, why is it that when God uses someone to bless our lives, we say, Mungu alinionekania. However, God never showed up, in your home and gave you some cash. God never showed up and paid the school fees. God never showed up, and got you out of the mess. But we want to relate that good thing to God. How is it then that when bad happens to us through a man, we just want to peg that bad thing to the man? We don't want to look past the man to the influence behind the evil that is happening to us. Why? Because we have only one adversary, the devil. He's after us at every time, every given time. Scripture says that he moves to and fro, like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So I say that when you're facing any kind of hardship, do not blame any man, do not blame any woman. You should understand that it is the devil. We are always against the devil, all right? Because you're a believer. You belong to the kingdom of light. We are ever at loggerheads with the kingdom of darkness. And especially in these last days when the devil is very keen to ensure that before his time runs out, amebeba wengi. All right? And I mentioned that the intent of God, Ephesians chapter 3 verse 10, was that through the church, and remember the church is not the four walls, it is you and I. The manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms. And I remember us mentioning that what a privilege that God intends that through me, this frail God's boy David King, he can show wisdom to principalities and powers. So you shouldn't exercise authority and power over any man when you've been given power to exercise wisdom and show forth the glory of God to principalities and powers. Like itakuwa to lessen yourself when you choose to show power and might against a fellow man, whereas God has ordained that through us, his wisdom might be made known to principalities and powers in the heavenly realms. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, a scripture we've interacted with from time to time. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. And I really love this. The chosen generation beat the royal priesthood, holy nation, peculiar people. I don't want to get into that because we can dwell there for some time. That you should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. And my question today is, what are you showing forth? Are you showing forth the praises of God who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light? Are you showing forth the wisdom of God in your business? Are you showing forth, divine ideas? There is a spirit in man. The breath of the Almighty gives him inspiration. Are you showing forth divine excellence? Are you showing forth the power of God? Are you showing forth the love of God? He says that we were called as a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and all of that we should show forth. Like this, the chosen generation, royal priesthood, holy nation, and a peculiar people was not so that we can just chill and say that, yeah, I'm a royal priesthood, I am a chosen generation. No, it was so that we can show forth the praises of him who has called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. Ever since you got born again, because that is what this means, being called out of darkness. Ever since you got born again, can someone attribute godliness to your life? Can someone say that, hey, through so and so, I have known the love of God. Through so and so, I have seen the power of God. I've seen the kindness of God. Can someone say that about your life? We are a chosen generation. Yes, indeed. We are a royal priesthood. Yes, indeed. Revelation chapter 5 says he has made us through his blood kings and priests unto our God. We are a holy nation, a peculiar people. Yes, indeed. But all of this happens so that we should show forth the praises of him who has called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. And I want to challenge us this Thursday. Let your life be a reflection of the goodness of God. Let your life be the epistle, the letter, the Bible someone can read. Let your life show forth the glory of God. Let your life demonstrate the power of God to many. Let your life, even before we get to the power, miracles, signs and wonders, let your life just show the love of God. Watch out your neighbor, your business partner, your colleague. I say, through this guy, through this lady, I have known the love of God. I've observed him, I've interacted with her, and I've gotten an understanding of the love of God. Before we even get to, other things like gifts of the Spirit and all, let someone just look at you and say, through this lady, I have learned to be at peace with men. Right? Scripture says, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Haiwezi kuwa, as a believer in your neighborhood, you are known, for example, for chaos. Like anytime there are chaos in that neighborhood, you have to be involved. So whatever you are showing forth is not of God. Even the little kids of that area, wakikuona wanajuanga te huyu ni ule mzee ama that lady ambaye atatukorofisha sana hapa kwa hii mtaa. You are not showing forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Let it be that in your workspace you show forth kindness. For example, in your family you show forth goodness. That is my encouragement to us this evening. I trust that you're getting blessed. Kindly send in your prayer requests on WhatsApp 0717400555 or on text 20933. Most importantly, we'll be praying with anyone that would love to surrender their lives to Christ. That is the greatest decision, being called out of darkness into his marvelous light. Keep it right here. This is Hope FM, where you listen and live. You're tracking on Route Yetu with God's boy David King.
Hope FM, another quality service from Christ, is the answer ministry.